Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Today I thought I would do a Q&A because I have not done one of these in literally years. Like, I can't even remember when I last did one. It was very like old school YouTube, but obviously I'm running low on ideas as usual. So I asked you guys over on my Instagram to ask me questions about literally anything. I didn't really get any that were like tea or anything like that, but if you have any questions like that, feel free and I can do a part 2. But I'm just going to answer a few questions today. Also, if you'd like to be involved in the next video, feel free to follow me over on Instagram. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway over on there soon because I just hit 3k. So if you want some free stuff or want to ask me random questions, go check me out on there. But anyway, let's just get into the video. So I had a lot of questions asking about my dream job, either like after uni or what I want to do now, and then also someone said what was your dream job when you were little. So I thought I'd start with the one when I was younger because that just makes more sense. When I was little I actually wanted to be either a vet or a nurse, and the reason I wanted to be a nurse is because, you know, when you're in primary school and like someone breaks their arm and you get to sign their cast, I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to be the person that put like the casts on people's arms. Like, a really weird reason to want to be a nurse, but that was like my original one. And then I also wanted to be a vet because I really loved animals when I was younger. I still do, but like back then that was like my obsession. I had like a pet hamster and a cat and they were my life. So yeah, I wanted to be either a vet or a nurse when I was younger. In terms of now what my dream job is or what I'd like to do after uni, I honestly don't know. I think most people don't really know what they want to do but have some sort of idea, but I really do not have a clue, like at all. So I'm just sort of seeing what happens and going with the flow, I guess. Like, I'm not really too stressed about it. Obviously like social media and stuff is a very big market at the minute, and I think doing a job that was like PR or social media stuff would be cool, but realistically I can't see myself doing it just because most of those jobs are in London and I wouldn't really want to work in London. Just, I like it as a city for the day, but I couldn't imagine living there. I like my countryside and green. But yeah, like, I don't really know what I want to do. Obviously I do YouTube and like Instagram stuff for myself, but at this point I can't see it ever becoming like a career for me, and I'm quite happy at the moment for it just to be like my sort of hobby. Like, I literally make pennies off my videos, and that's not me being dramatic. I honestly just make nothing. So it really is just a hobby for me. But if it were to sort of grow, I don't know if I would want it as a full-time job, because I just worry that it would like make me lose the passion for it, because once it becomes a job there's a lot more pressure to sort of obviously upload regularly and everything else. But then it would be good because obviously if you're doing something that you already love doing for free, why not get paid for it? So yeah, long story short, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just sort of going to see what happens, and yeah, that's literally it. If you could travel to one place in the world, where would it be? If it were to be somewhere new, I don't really know. I'd like to visit America, I think. I've never been. Obviously America in general is a massive place, so I'm just saying America, but like Disneyland, I've never been even to the one in Paris, so obviously I'd want to go to like Disneyland and Orlando. I also would like to go to Canada because that looks really pretty. But there's not really places like I really want to go that are new. I'm the sort of person, like, if I've visited somewhere and really like it, I'd rather go back but explore new places, if that makes sense. So I'd love to go back to Dublin. I absolutely loved it there, and I also want to explore the rest of Ireland. Scotland I also want to visit. I'd like to go back to Australia because we went there when I was 8, so obviously I still really loved it, but I think when you're young it's obviously different to being there as an adult. But yeah, I don't know, I'd be happy to travel sort of anywhere, I think. But I was meant to be going to Belfast in June with my mum, but obviously I don't think that one's going to be happening, so we're probably going to have to put that idea on hold. But hopefully I'll be going to Belfast soon, and yeah, I don't know, I just want to visit pretty much everywhere. That was a really cringy answer. What tips or advice would you give someone starting university? I'm just going to plug myself. I did a lot of videos last year when I was a first year about starting uni, so if any of you are in this boat, have a look back through my channel because I have quite a lot of videos about that. But I think my main tip is try not to worry, because I'm the sort of person who likes to plan everything before I do something. But like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to predict how uni's going to be, but also you don't want to like over plan and be like, right, I'm definitely going to do this. Like, I think you have to give yourself a chance to explore wherever you're moving to. So if you're moving to a new city, give yourself a few days like to move in early before term starts, so that you can just explore the city and like get to know it a bit better. Or if it's like where you already live, I don't know, just get to know it anyway. Also, big tip, don't buy all your like big furniture that you want to take before you go to uni. So things like over the door mirrors or like bedside tables, just buy them when you get to uni, because your car will probably be absolutely packed anyway, and they're just things you can pick up anywhere, so don't waste your storage on things you can get when you move to uni. Just focus on like your home comforts, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't want to give you loads and loads of tips in this video. Go back through my old ones, and if there's anything I haven't covered, let me know and I'll be happy to make a video specifically about it, because I could just ramble about that sort of thing for days. So if there's anything specifically you would like to know, just let me know. If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be? I think A is don't care what people think, which is obviously a big one and it still applies today. I'm better now than I was back then. Like, I don't really care so much now. Like, with my YouTube, I don't openly tell people that I do YouTube, but now if people find out, I'm not really that bothered. Like, some of my lecturers at uni know, a lot of my course mates know, and it's just like not really a big deal now. But like, when I was in school, I wouldn't say I ever like got bullied for it or anything, but I was definitely a running joke in the younger years for a while. And when you're like 15, it kind of gets to you a lot more. So I'd just say try not to care so much what people think. At the end of the day, what does it matter if someone like takes the mickey out of you? Because you're doing something that you enjoy, and if you really wanted to, like, you can turn it into a career, and like, yeah, just do what you're passionate about and what you want to do, and don't really care what other people think, because in the long run, these people are going to be irrelevant in a few years. Like, you're not even going to remember their names, and that's not me being rude, but genuinely, once you leave school, most people you will fall out of touch with, and what they thought doesn't matter anyway. And I think my other one would be, don't be afraid to ask for help. I am a very stubborn person, so I always like to try and deal with things by myself, but I think if you're struggling with anything, whether it's like mental health or just schoolwork, like literally anything, do not be afraid to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. If anything, it is better, because then people can help you and support you in the best way possible. So try and ask for help if you do need it, is another big tip. What's one piece of makeup you couldn't live without? Also mascara recommendation. I don't really know, because I went through a phase where I absolutely loved makeup, did eyeshadow, everything. And I was like really passionate about it, and then in the last kind of few months I've not really cared so much. Like, I'll happily go out makeup free and not really think much of it. If I had to choose one product, like I could only have one product for the rest of my life, I think I would probably go for concealer, because I get quite bad bags under my eyes, and obviously that can cover spots too, so I think I'd be pretty set with just a concealer. In terms of mascara, I have a few. I will go get them so you can see what they look like. So these are the main two mascaras that I use on like an everyday basis. First one is the Soap and Glory Thick and Fast mascara. It's a high definition collagen coat mascara, apparently. This one works really well for me. My lashes naturally are quite short, and they don't really naturally curl unless I use a curler on them, but this one really like separates your lashes, gives them a lot of length and also a bit of volume. I go more for length rather than volume, because obviously my lashes don't really curl, so if I just add a lot of volume they just look very like clumpy on my eye. So this one's really good for length. It's also quite cheap. I think it's like £10. Lasts ages, and this is like my fourth one. This is the one I've like consistently used for the last few years, and this is more of a new discovery for me, but I've been using this a lot as well. And it's the Essence Lash Princess mascara, and this is a false lash effect mascara. It looks like this. I think there's different ones. Mine's just the one that's like a green colour. I don't know what the difference is. I actually won this in a giveaway on Instagram, but this is so cheap. I think it's like £3 and it's so good. It's what I've got on my lashes today, and this one I would say does lengthen, but this is more of a volume one, but also separates your lashes really nicely, because I don't like really clumpy lashes, and this one separates them really nicely. So either of those two are pretty good. You can get both in like any drugstore. So yeah. Any favourite recipes / food for lockdown? In terms of favourite food, lasagna is always a go-to. I do make it sometimes, but if I'm being lazy I just buy a pre-made one because I think they're pretty good. In terms of things I actually like to make, I am more of a baker. Like, I do the cooking, but like I enjoy the baking more. It's more of like a therapeutic thing, I guess. Favourite things to bake, I like baking brownies. I also like making cakes. Lemon drizzle definitely is up there because it's super simple to make and tastes so good. What else? Rocky Road is really good because you don't have to bake it. I want to make a cheesecake, but they're a little bit more complex to do, and by that I don't even know, you just have to like mix more things. It's not really that hard, but definitely say Rocky Road or like cookies. Quite simple things are my go-to just because they're quite easy to make. I don't know if you know, but in the UK we sort of have a flour shortage because people are just going mad buying it. So I'm running quite low on self-raising flour, so I'm making things that either don't need flour or I can use plain flour with. And also eggs are in high demand, so I'm trying to like work around that. But I actually have a recipe on my blog for the rocky road that I did at Easter, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very good. It was my first attempt at one, but it went quite well. So yeah, I guess those are my recommendations. I don't really have recommendations for like actual meals because we are very bad at just sort of eating the same meals each week, so I don't have anything exciting to share. But if you ever want me to do a cooking video, I guess I could try, but don't expect much from me. Next question is, why did you start your account? And I'm guessing this was about Instagram because obviously it was asked on Instagram, but I sort of started YouTube before Instagram. So my YouTube I started when I was 14, I believe, I think so. Pretty sure I was 14 when I started it. And I wanted to be like Zoella, like every other girl. Yeah, at that point I was really obsessed with like Zoella and all the like original British YouTubers like Marcus Butler, Joe Sugg, Alfie Days. That whole group were like my big inspiration. I bought all their merch. I was really, really into it. So I'd say at that point I just wanted to be Zoella. I don't know why I thought I could be Zoella, but that was why I started my YouTube. Obviously, as you will see over the years, I started out being very like beauty based, and now I don't even have a theme, I think, at this point. I just chat about anything. But yeah, that was why I started my YouTube. Instagram is sort of a weird one because I did end up starting the account that I use now, I think in like 2015, so like a year after YouTube, but I never really had like a set purpose for it. I just sort of shared things that I liked. It was mostly sort of beauty stuff at the start and like YouTuber merch and stuff like that, and now it's more, I say I've pretty much progressed into just fashion at this point, but also a bit of lifestyle at the same time. I don't really like to squish myself in one box, but I'd say the reason for my Instagram now is more to just kind of spread positivity, and I'm in like a really nice community. Like I follow people who support me, I support them. It's very nice. I've not had that before, and it's only in the past year or so I've really found that. So for me, yeah, it's just about spreading positivity and being real. I like to follow people who are genuine. Like, I don't really care if you have really nice looking pictures, obviously that's nice, but I want people I can like genuinely connect with and feel like you're friends with, if that makes sense, because there's actually a lot of people over the past few months that I have actually met in person through Instagram, and it's amazing meeting someone that you get on so well with as like friends before even meeting each other beforehand. So yeah, I guess my reason for Instagram now is just to make genuine connections, spread positivity, but also keep it real. Do you know what I mean? Is that a bit cliche probably, but I hope that answers the question. Good skincare brands. I've had a bit of a mare with my skin recently, so I have eczema, and over the past few weeks / months it's gotten quite bad and like spread to my face and neck and stuff, so I've not been able to use my usual skincare because I have to strip it back to literally no fragrance, no nothing. So in terms of stuff that I was using before this, the Body Shop is really good. They have loads of different stuff for different skincare types, different skin types, and they have, yeah, lots of nice stuff. Vitamin E range is really good, that sort of works for everyone, and also the Drops of Youth eye mask. It's quite pricey, but that works quite well for me with my bags. Also The Ordinary, they do some really nice skincare and they're really affordable, so definitely look into that as well. But yeah, I don't want to say I'm not big on skincare because that sounds bad, but I think, you know what I mean, like I'm not really invested in it. I'll like do what I have to do. I'll take off my makeup, I moisturise, like I do the bare minimum and sometimes a bit more, but I'm not like overly into it, do you know what I mean? How have you been looking after yourself through this lockdown? Good question. I don't really know. Obviously I think everyone relates if I say like it's very up and down. Like some days you feel pretty fine and it's not really, doesn't really affect you that much, then other days it's just really like hard to just function. I think be kind to yourself, don't pressure yourself. The first few weeks I felt I had to be really productive still and like get all my uni work done straight away and still make loads of Instagram posts and YouTube videos, but this is like something that we've never been through before, so just be gentle on yourself and don't feel like you have to be constantly productive. I've also done a lot more of like hobby sort of things that I enjoy, so I've been doing a lot more painting because I don't usually make the time, so now I paint almost every day just because for me it's really relaxing and kind of therapeutic and I enjoy it. I've been reading loads more as well. I've been reading like almost a book every 3 days, which is pretty good for me, and I also share this on my Instagram if you want any book recommendations. So yeah, painting, reading, and then also baking, but I've not been baking as much just because I don't want to, it's not wasteful to bake obviously, but I'm quite conscious that I don't want to use up loads of the stuff in our house for things that aren't like essential, if you know what I mean, but that's just me being weird. And then also watching a lot of YouTube, and I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy. I'm currently on season 15, so I'm almost fully caught up now. which is pretty wild. But yeah, that's how I've been like looking after myself, I guess. Just be kind to yourself. Yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. I think even the fact we still have to do uni work is a bit meh, like, I don't know, but it obviously has to be done, so just be patient with yourself. Don't feel like you have to do loads in one day, because you're going to be going through that same routine tomorrow, so anything you can't get done, you can just do it the next day. So, had another question that was, what is your favourite skincare product? Don't really know. At the minute I'm using Aveeno, which I can technically recommend because it is aimed at people who have really sensitive skin, so it's like safe for eczema, but it's also just a good moisturiser all round. I will show you the exact one that I have. So the one that I use is called Dermexa Daily Emollient Cream, and this one's actually for very dry, itchy skin, so this is more of a eczema based one, but they have loads of different types, and Jennifer Aniston used this in the advert, so if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for you. It is a bit more pricey than like your average moisturiser, but then it's really good for your skin. It's not got any like bad stuff in it that's gonna make you break out or have a reaction or anything, so I guess I'll be recommending this because that's the only thing I'm really using at the minute. Next question is, do you live on your own? No. So I have a housemate, Chloe, she lives with me, and my boyfriend also lives with me. It was just me and my two housemates, but then one moved out, so my boyfriend moved in, and he gets on well with my housemate, so it's not like weird or anything. But yeah, I don't live by myself. Obviously with the current situation, my housemate has left, so it's just me and my boyfriend at the minute. But I don't live on my own at the minute. I did last year. Was it last year? I can't even keep track. Yeah. So between like January and April, I lived in this house by myself. Because that was the point at which I'd like dropped out of uni and was trying to find a job. It was a very turbulent time, and I didn't really like living by myself. I think you get used to it, but it is very lonely, especially if you don't have a job or any reason to sort of be going out. It's quite difficult to find ways to like actually interact with other humans. But yeah, I don't live by myself. I live with two other people. How do you feel that your style has evolved over the years? Interesting question. I want to say I don't really have a style. I just wear things that I like, but I guess I must subconsciously have a style. When I was like 14, 15, I was very, as you know, influenced by Zoella. So like disco pants, collars, pastels, that sort of thing. I wore very, I guess you could say, stereotypical girly clothes. I don't know. I'd have to like look through old pictures. I can't really remember. Like, I just think I have quite a basic style. Like, I like my jeans, I like skirts, I like t-shirts. Anything that's comfy basically I'll wear. I have branched out, I'd say, a lot more in the last year or so to wear bolder colours, and my favourite jumper is pink and has orange tassels on it, so I've definitely grown in that sense to be more colourful and try new things. But yeah, I don't know, I don't think I really have a style as such. I just kind of wear things that I like. I don't know, that was a terrible answer. What's one fashion trend you have been loving recently? I can't even think of any trends off the top of my head right now. Are midi skirts still a trend? I guess they're more last year. But I did get into midi skirts, which was quite surprising because I never thought I would do that. But I literally can't think of a trend right now, which is just great. Like, I'm quite annoyed that I literally cannot think of anything. Like, nothing has sprung to mind. Last thing I can think of was those little, like, wooden wicker bags, you know, that everyone had last summer. Do you know the ones I mean, from like Primark or Zara? They were nice, I was very into those, but I literally cannot think of anything that's like a trend at the minute. Oh, is this still relevant? You tell me. Those little mini handbags, I think they're really cute. I got one in Primark for like £5 in a baby blue colour. She's adorable, love her very much. Still practical, you can fit your phone in there, not much else, but it does work. So I guess my answer to that question is the little mini bags. Not like the really tiny ones, you know, like the ones that you wouldn't even fit your keys in, but like a little bag. Is that a good answer? Okay, so this is the last question, and it is, out of curiosity, what do you think about veganism, and would you ever give it a go? I'm very like open to veganism and whatever else. I don't really care what other people do with their lives. It doesn't affect me. Do what you want. Last year when I was living here by myself, I was pretty much almost vegan. I ate vegetarian, I'd say almost every day, apart from, well no, that is vegetarian. I pretty much was vegan apart from the fact that I had eggs. Because at that point I was having a lot of like stomach issues, and I didn't know if it was because I was lactose intolerant or anything, so I'd cut out most dairy. So I was pretty much dairy free, and the eggs were like the only thing that I was eating that weren't vegan. So I'd definitely say I'm open to it. I don't think it's really realistic for me at the minute, because obviously because I live with my boyfriend, we cook meals together and he likes to eat meat, so I wouldn't feel fair to just kind of cut that out fully, if you know what I mean. But I'm very open to, yeah, vegetarianism, veganism. I think it's all like really nice concepts, and if you can do that, I think that's great. But personally, I don't think it's like practical. I guess it would be, but I feel like you do have to sort of work a lot harder just to make your meals and like check everything's fully, like, I don't know, vegan. And I don't want to say it's restrictive, because obviously I know you can make everything yourself, but at this point in my life I don't think it's something that I would do. But like, I'm open to it. I'm not saying I'd never do it in the future. I feel like I have spoken for absolutely ages, like my throat has gone very dry, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I answered a few of your questions. If you have any more you would like to ask me, feel free to drop them below. I can always do a part 2. As I say, I didn't really get any, like, I don't know, spilling the tea kind of questions, but if you want to ask those you can do and I will answer them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you very soon with another one.